My topic for today is education as an economic commodity. The work of Becker says education is an investment good. As an IIM student, MBA as an educational choice is an investment decision with the investment cost being paid now produces a flow of benefits through time whose present discounted value is to be compared with the present cost. Similarly, for a country, education should be a carefully made investment decision. This importance is illustrated through the creation of an index called Human Development Index. This is one of the non-GDP contributors to the economic development. Especially in India, the role of education on economic development has a peculiar significance due to the huge scale and diversity with issues like poverty and inequality. Before looking at the Indian education system, let's consider the demography of India. 65% of Indians are under 35. More than half of Indians are under 25. India is amazingly a young country. If you look at the age group of 10 to 19, there are 229 million Indians who are waiting to enter into higher education. Moreover, the rest of the world is aging. By 2020, the average age of India would be 29. The Japanese people's average age would be 47. The average age of Chinese people would be close to 40. The youthful US citizens would have an average age reaching 40. We would have many youthful productive Indians ready to change the world. International Labour Organization says India currently has 160 million people in the age group of 20 to 24, whereas China has only 94 million. But do we have the ability to equip these young people to leverage this advantage to have a good economic development for the country? Education is a major economic issue. To make a good use of it, we need to consider 4 E's. The first E is expansion. When British left our country, our literacy rate was mere 16%. Now our literacy rate is 74%. We have done quite well in this. The second E being equity, including those who got excluded from education. When British left, the female literacy rate was 8%. Now it is as high as 69%. We've done well in this too. The third is excellence. India has very few institutes of great quality like IITs and IIMs. The quality of an average Indian's higher education is simply mediocre. We have to do a lot in this. The fourth one is employability. Many corporates and employers say they're not satisfied with the quality of Indian employees. Data says 64% of employers are not satisfied with the quality of employees and they had to re-educate their employees to have a fit. There is a lot of scope in this area for improvement. From these data points, it can be seen that human resource to economic growth is very important in this modern era, especially in a country like India. To a country, the relative contribution of every individual depends on the human capital. That is, education, knowledge, skills, and competencies. All of these are directly related to the economic activity of a country. Having said this, developing skills and knowledge should be our key strategy for our economic growth. Researchers across the globe have said literacy and schooling influence the individual earnings, which would eventually affect the country's economy. This phenomenon can be explained by the graph drawn between the gross enrollment ratio of classes 9 to 12 and the per capita income. In the period 2004 to 2012, the gross economic ratio increased by 42%. Similarly, the per capita income also increased by 58%. This shows a direct relationship between the individual's earnings and his education. Improved education can also be associated with lower poverty rates. The below poverty line has also sharply decreased by 15% from 37.2% in 2004 to 2005 to 21% in 2011 to 2012.